this is Omega Supreme here with another Transformers toy review. This time we're looking at Transformers Beast Hunters Predacons Rising Predacon Darksteel. And here we go. I picked this guy up probably a couple of weeks back. I was fortunate enough to pick him up half price. Picked him up for £11. He's now most places about 22 to £25 in most stores. He's the Predacon Rising is exclusive to Tesco in the UK, so that's going to be the only place that you're going to find him. You can pick him up online or in stores. They may still have like 25% off, so you might be able to pick him up for £16.50, something like that. So if you look at on the front here, first of all you've got the Predaking, a bit of artwork at the top here, and then you've got you can see him through the packaging here, packaged in robot mode. There's a little friend here on the right hand side, and there's some artwork of him in beast mode, and there's the Beast Hunters Predacon Rising logo at the bottom here. If I turn it over, same here, just confirming he's Voyager, and some nice artwork on the side, and then on the back you've got a picture of him in robot mode with his grapple launcher. I think this one has a name as well. I want to say it's something like Black Beak or something like this, but it doesn't give any information as to who it is. And then on the other side it just says Predacon Darksteel, and then you've got the Predacon sign there. And I wonder if it's got anything on the bottom here. Oh yeah, it just shows you a couple of the other figures. So you've got Skylinks as well, and he's a deluxe figure. I've got that one as well. That's it. So what we're going to do is get this guy opened, and then we can have a look at him in robot mode, and then we can transform and have a look in beast mode as well. Right, let's have a look. And here we have him, all out of his box and in robot mode. One thing I must warn you though, if you're getting him out, kid's going to play with him straight away. He's not transformed correctly when he's packaged in here. There's a few things that aren't quite right, which I'll just show you. His arms, first of all, you've got this hinge here, and when you get them out, on mine anyway, it had the hinge the other way, so the arms were actually facing the right way, because you've got another swivel just there. Sorry, you probably didn't see that. And then you can see now that actually that doesn't bend forward, and you can imagine some kid getting them out and trying to do that and then breaking that off. So just to let you know, there we go, so you can bend forward. And this bit here is pulled down incorrectly as well, so I'm trying to do it without breaking it. So this bit is like this, pulled down, and it should go up into there instead. You see that bit is quite stiff actually. Let's just try and push that in. It goes in slightly at an angle, which is why it's quite tricky. The other thing as well is his legs here are all kind of bunched up like they are in dragon mode, so they're kind of like that instead of pulled all the way down. Can't even do it. I think they were like that actually. You can see that. So I pull those out and down. And this bit's tucked in as well, so I just pulled this out, and that gives him some extra stability when standing up. There we go. I don't think I've still got that other leg quite right. There you go, yeah, I'm sure that's right. Then we can stand him up properly. and he looks really awesome in robot mode. He's a nice navy blue colour with this grey which really stands out, and some bright orange bits, the kind of Predacon symbols on him. You've got a dark grey one there, and these kind of bits of ancient Cybertronian bits of language here all over. They look a bit like Japanese. And yeah, it's a decent head sculpt as well. I'll just bring you up close. You can have a look at that. Paint could be better in the orange bit in and around, but it's pretty decent. Nice blue eyes as well. He does come with a weapon, this here. So this is kind of a little figure in itself. You can hold that in his hand like that. This can also fire off as well. You can take this off here and unwind all of this, and you can shoot that out. Ooh. And you get the general idea. This is supposed to go flying out of his mouth like that. Let's pop that back in there and pop that into his hand like that. Just got that in there. In terms of posability, his shoulder here is on a ball joint, well, on a swivel like here, but it's kind of restricted by these big shoulder pads here that he's got, and also as well the wings on the back. You've got swivel here and bend here, and then there's another kind of hidden swivel kind of just in the kind of crack of his arm here, and his wrist here. His articulated thumb. His hand can move in and out like that. Legs all the way forward, all the way back. You've got two bends in the one at the top of the knee and one at the bottom of the knee, and then you've got some articulation on the foot here, which is kind of on a ball joint. You can move this around, and this is on a bit of a swivel as well, so you can get some decent poses of him. Yeah, and then for scale, the other thing I've noticed is these bits do come loose somewhat, and that's supposed to like plug into his chest here, but they do have a habit of coming out. Let's have a look at that. Just checking if there's another thing that isn't quite transformed right on him. But no, that seems about right. I'm just comparing it to the box. But I can't see there's anything wrong with that. I think it just doesn't go in as well as it should do. Yeah, I think that's all alright. I will double check though. Right, so size comparison time. So there he is at the back here. If I'm going to bring in Ultra Magnus, also from Beast Hunters, another Voyager size one here. Put them next to each other. You can see they stack up pretty well. If anything, I would say Darksteel's a little bit wider. I guess Ultra Magnus just a tiny bit taller just because of his massive shoulder pads there, but he's got a bigger head here. Ultra Magnus looks like a teeny head, so that's a pretty good matchup, I think. I haven't watched the new movies yet, so looking forward to watching that. Right then, so what we'll do now is transform this guy and have a look at him in beast mode, or dragon mode as it were. Okay, let's get him transformed. And here he is, transformed into dragon mode. I've got to say, really impressed with this guy. It's the same features that make him stand out in robot mode that make him also good in beast mode as well. It's the colours, the dark blue with the bright orange and the grey. It's just got a really nice finish about him. Some good articulation as well. It's just got the obviously same bends here, and once he's transformed into dragon mode, he's got the articulation here, but he's just got a further bend in the bottom of the leg here as well. And you can see the detail here from underneath his wings. The only downside for me is when you have a look at it from up top here, you haven't got that same amount of detail here, and you've got big gaps in here where it's quite bland. So it'd be nice if you had that same amount of detail on the tops here as well, but that's only kind of a nitpick. The gun, this one here, fits in, so it's like a, again, only from watching other reviews, I know that from having a look at other reviews and seeing them talk about the bios on them, that this is supposed to be his kind of little mate here. I think it's called, I'm not sure what it's called for Darksteel, but I think for the other one he's called like something like Blackbeak or something like that. And that's one of the disappointing things about this is, perhaps because it's a UK one, you don't get all the information that comes with it. You don't get the bio, the stats, anything about the character at all. All it tells you is that he's got a grapple launcher. It doesn't tell you anything about him. And that's one of the things, for me anyway, I really like to know about the toy that you're buying. It tells you about the character of the toy. As a kid as well, I remember, getting the Generation 1 toys, and you'd read the bio and you find out about them and see what their function was and their strength and weaknesses. And then it helped you when you were sort of playing around with them and things like this. And when they don't include that information, I think it really it devalues the toy, I think. But that's just a personal preference. So on this thing here, it goes on the back like that. So that's quite cool. So even more menacing with that on the back. Not sure if you can peg it at the bottom here. I'll try that as well. Yeah, and you can peg in at the back there as well. Which is if you want to hide him away, is probably a little bit better there, and then you can kind of deploy him off and you can attack someone from there. Just for another size comparison, I'll bring in Ultra Magnus again. I'll keep him in his robot mode, and you can see and a size comparison. If I bring that in, you can see even when he's in beast mode, he's still a fair size. And you quite easily kind of attack Ultra Magnus like that if you wanted to. But yeah, if you can get hold of this guy, definitely get him, especially at the price he is as well. I've picked up the original one of this as well. I can't for the life of me remember his name now, but he's I can't remember what his name is. But he's well, this one's a repaint of the original one, but the other one's green as well. So I'll probably be reviewing that one at some point as well. Obviously they're going to be exactly the same, but it'd be interesting to see, what's this, how the different colours, kind of which one's going to be better, which colours people prefer. The other thing as well I forgot to mention is he's got a bit of articulation here in the mouth here, so you can move that up and down if you want to as well. The other Transformers Beat Hunters one, Predacons Rising, I've got to review as well. Skylinks, I've got Ratchet as well to review. I forget all the others I've got. I think I probably need to do a video of all the toys that I need to review, perhaps get people voting on what they want to see. But that's it for now. This has been another Transformers toy review, looking at this time the Darksteel from Predacons Rising Beast Hunters. That's it for now, guys. See you soon.